Everyone wants to be happy because when you're happy, you're productive. You're good at building relationships, especially those meaningful relationships, and you get to feel great. However, happiness sometimes is notoriously difficult to pin down. We focus on it too intensely and maybe we feel unfulfilled. So let's look at the Perma Model, and this is going to help us think about what we need to do to flourish and to really be happy. So the Perma Model was first developed by a positive psychologist, Martin Seligman, and he has widely published it in his 2011 book called Flourish. Now, I've included a link to this in the description for this video, but this is something that I highly believe in and absolutely love. So PERMA actually stands for the 5 essential elements that need to be in place for us to experience lasting well-being. Let's look at each one of these. The P is positive emotion. So for us to experience well-being, we really need to have that positive emotion in our lives. And any positive emotion such as peace, gratitude, satisfaction, pleasure, inspiration, hope, curiosity, and even love is going to fall into this category. We really want the message to be understood that it's important to enjoy yourself in the here and now. And we can do that once we get all of these PERMA elements in place. And although we can't be happy all the time, we need to make sure that we often experience positive emotions such as pleasure, happiness, contentment, peace, joy, and even inspiration. And if you feel you're not experiencing enough positive emotions in your life, then you need to stop and think about why. We want to be able to find the ways to bring enjoyment and positivity into our daily routine and to ensure that we don't just keep putting these things off into the future because the future never really seems to quite arrive. We want to then look at E, the engagement. And when we're truly engaged in a situation, a task, or a project, then we experience this state of flow. So the flow is where time seems to stop. We actually lose sense of who we are, and we concentrate intensely on the present. It feels really good. And the more we experience the type of engagement called flow, then the more likely we are to experience well-being. So engagement is closely identified with the act of creation, but you can also experience deep engagement when you participate in sports, or maybe you're spending time with friends or your spouse, maybe even working on a project. You can increase your engagement by minimizing distractions and improving concentration, and these help an individual to slip into that state of flow. Then as far as you can tell, and as far as you can go, you can focus on the projects that really provide an interesting challenge for your skills. We want to look at those interests, and we want to make sure we have enough time for personal interests as well as work interests. So make sure you have a favorite hobby or physical activity. Many people let the personal time slip away, and especially when we're stressed and overloaded with work. So try to devote plenty of time to activities that make you feel very happy and engaged in life. The R is for positive relationships, and as human beings, we really are very social, and a good relationship is the core to our well-being. So time and again, we see that people who have meaningful, positive relationships with others are happier than people who do not. So relationships really do matter. So think about this. Do you have positive relationships in your life? Now, mind you, this could be anyone, someone at work, a family, a friend, a spouse. Do you wish you had more of these relationships? So you probably spend the majority of your life and waking hours at work, so it's important for you to build good work relationships. Then look at your personal life. Do you enjoy the company of family and friends? And do you find that these are supportive and positive relationships? So if not, it's important to take the time to understand why. Are you devoting enough time to strengthening your relationships, and do you need to make more of an effort to reach out to your friends and family? So make a commitment to spend a significant amount of time with a family or a friend on a regular basis, because relationships can take hard work, and they're often strengthened only when you have made an effort to connect with other people. Meaning comes from having a cause. So it's a cause bigger than yourself. So whether that be a religion, a deity, or maybe it's a cause that helps humanity in some ways. We all need to have meaning in our life and to have a sense of well-being. So do you feel that you have meaning in your life? Does work have meaning? Does life have meaning? And if it is, do you feel that you're connected in some way to a bigger cause than yourself? So most of us want to believe that we're working and living for a greater purpose, and finding meaning is important to our overall sense of well-being. It's just as important to look for meaning in our personal life. Certain activities, such as spending time with your family, volunteering, serving, can really improve our sense of meaning in life. So if you feel your own life is lacking these things, do these things, and then you're going to find them usually more satisfying, and you'll find more meaning in life. Lastly, we want to look at achievement. So many of us strive to better ourselves in some way, whether we're seeking to master a skill or achieve a valuable goal or to win some competitive event. But accomplishment is an important thing, an achievement. It contributes to our ability to flourish. So this is probably one of the trickiest elements in PERMA, simply because it's very easy to take it too far. So for instance, in some societies, achievement is very highly valued. And if we're not busy, it can seem that we're not living up to our expectations and living a fuller life. But if we continually push ourselves, then we actually run ourselves into the ground. And we're doing it what? Simply in pursuit of that next achievement. So if you suspect that you're not devoting enough time or energy to accomplishing your dreams, then start now. But identify what you want to accomplish. And if you're feeling that you're devoting too much time towards your achievements, then you need to pull back a little bit and focus on the other elements of the PERMA model. So we look at this PERMA model. Remember that you have positive emotions, engagement, positive relationships, meaning, achievement, accomplishment. And by focusing on each of these 5 elements, you can flourish in life and find the happiness that you really want. Then you're aware of all the things that have made up your well-being, and it's much easier to live a very rich and meaningful, fulfilling life.